Today is September 1st. The Yankees lose a series to the Los Angeles Angels, but they win Game 3 in a dominating performance. Oh, triple hate myself. Let's talk Yanks.
Talking Yanks with old JOMBOY, Jake. Recaps galore, weekly awards, stat lines, steaming hot takes. Get your Yankees news from these two fine dudes. It's time for Talkin Yanks. Talking Yanks with old JOMBOY, Jake. Talking Yanks with old JOMBOY, Jake.
Hello and welcome to Talkin Yanks, brought to you by DraftKings. My name is Jimmy, his name is Jake, and in the corner we have producer BBD. The Yankees win Game 3 but lose the series, and this is like an opposite feeling. How many times has this happened, BBD, where they lost the series but won on podcast day? Because I already was so happy about Game 3 that I've put Games 1 and 2 straight in my rear view. And I just got kind of upset thinking about it, like, oh, we got to talk about those games? Gross. How are you doing, Jake?
James, Big Baby David, everyone live in the chat, everyone that was live streaming with us and is back, thank you guys. We love you the best. Yeah, Jim, I mean, today's game was a classic. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. Like, those first two games kind of sucked. We're going to relive them. I mean, it's a lot of opportunities given to the Angels that they took advantage of. A lot of opportunities the Yanks had they didn't take advantage of. But where this season is heading and where the ship is going, what Gerrit Cole did today feels more important than the two losses.
And Chapman.
15 Ks. I mean, you know, we saw this season is 98% heading towards a Yankee wildcard game. 1% they miss the playoffs, 1% they catch Tampa. And in that wildcard game, Gerrit Cole, we figured it out the other day on 2 days ago's episode. Gerrit Cole is already lined up perfectly for the wildcard. I've already buckled up. I think we're heading that way. And Jimmer, we saw the formula today. It's Gerrit for 6 or 7, Johnny Laza, and Aroldis Chapman. And holy smokes, they were perfect without being perfect today. Cole gives up 1 run on back-to-back off-speed pitches, and then he went back to his fastball that I believe the Angels were 0 for 12 with 8 Ks against today. So that's pretty good. So, yeah, man, it's lost a battle, but potentially won a war. And, hey, I mean, this is what it's all about. Like, this is baseball. We lose the last 2 in Oakland. That sucks. You lose another 2. You just went from a 13-game winner to a 4-game loser. And yet, we win the final. The road trip itself is pretty good. Cole looks completely dialed. I will say some of the ancillary playoff stuff are big questions now between Tyone, Kluber, things like that. But where the boat's going, end of the day, Judge and Stanton are red hot. That's cool. Rizzo bounced back. A lot of the big picture stuff ends up being okay with a huge start today.
Yeah. That was good.
Thank you.
Summed it all up. I agree, but a lot of there's still only 2 games up in the wild card. So, like, that was the reminder that this series gave, is that they're not cemented into that spot. They are closer to missing the playoffs than catching Tampa still. So I think losing 4 in a row was, I hope, a little eye-opening for everyone, because in this stretch, they stopped doing the things that made them so good during the win streak. They stopped being aggressive.
God.
They stopped stealing.
The double plays.
The double plays were back. So, I think that's the spin zone on it. Like, maybe they needed to be reminded, like, and me as a fan reminded, because I was pretty much like, and I still think they're going to get the wild card game. But say they lost one more and and Oakland won, or Red Sox didn't end up winning, like it's close.
Yeah.
It's still only 2 games in that wild card against teams that we play against. The Red Sox, we play against them still. So
Right.
I think this series was a little nudge that way. Like, don't get too comfy. There's still going to be some dangerous baseball down the stretch.
Yeah, and that's where
Because they go 20 in a row now, Jake.
off day, 20 in a row. I think Yankee fans really don't like it, and I know I'm kind of the blind optimist sometimes, but guys, Tampa has to come back to us. Like, we need to play a great brand of baseball to continue to hold the home field in the wild card. And guess what? We should feel pretty awesome about that. Remember when we were 41-41 and everything sucked? Now Gerrit Cole looks like he's going to be the AL Cy Young winner, and he would get the pill in a 1-game wild card at Yankee Stadium. Would you have signed up for that when the Yanks were 41-41? Absolutely. So, hey, if we keep winning series and ball games, which we do need to remind ourselves, like, the last couple days did suck. The double play festival last night, my goodness. This was a West Coast trip. Those are usually nightmares. And if you tie on the Braves trip to it, like, the Yanks did what they had to do. It sucks that 13-game winner had to end, but it had to end at some point. We're going back home.
They went 3-4 on the West Coast trip. I mean, they didn't do what they had to do.
On the road trip, they went 5-4.
Yeah. Well, yeah. West Coast, they went.
Well, West Coast, you kind of lower the bar, and they had a chance for it to be special. You're winning 13 in a row. You're doing well in that game in Oakland. I mean, the last 4 days, let's be honest, were The hitting died in Oakland, and credit to them. They're a good ball club. Anaheim's not, and the Yankees played that bad brand of old. Someone wanted me to tweet out the new old 2021 Yankees record because, man, the double play festival and just looking flat was no fun. But we move onward and upward, and we've got, 3 versus Baltimore this weekend?
Baltimore this
going
weekend, then Toronto for 4, and then the Mets for 3. Got to beat up Baltimore.
Yeah, I mean, that's where...
You have to sweep Baltimore.
Yeah, we should be sitting here Sunday night saying the Yankees won 4 in a row.
Is it 20 in a row to end the season?
I think there's one more off day. 1 or 2 more off days.
Yeah, there's off days after. There's like 30 games left.
20 brings you to September 22nd, and then off day, and then 1, 2, 3, then 3 in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6. So it's weird that
You'd like to move one of the off days, ideally, but
it's because we're supposed to have an off day on the 13th, but now we're doing a Twins makeup game. Who cares about that? Just give them the W. It's the Twins.
come on, Twins, be cool about it. We'll save you. We'll pay your travel costs. to not
Forfeit.
come.
Forfeit.
But we have to do that to get the series algorithm back.
Ooh. You want to get into Burns?
I think so.
Burn game 1 brought to
Any
you by
injury
DraftKings.
housekeeping? They called up Florial and Krisky as the September rosters have opened up.
Abreu can't come back for 10 days due to injury.
The 10-day rule still applies to him, even with rosters expanding. So he's, I think, Thursday.
And Ridings still
Next
hasn't
Thursday he's
pitched.
eligible.
I mean, a lot of people are going to be like, why the hell is it Krisky?
Yeah.
They're also going to be replaced with Glaber and probably someone else Friday.
And let's not lie. I mean, this is an Orioles.
Probably Heel.
This is an Orioles series coming up where the Yankees' dream for Friday's game is that they'll use Krisky for 50 pitches, and then he's gone. And then they can either call up. I think we might see the kitchen sink of pitchers on the 40-man. I think, Clark Schmidt might get 2 days if there's a gap between him and Albert Abreu.
They should call up Heel as soon as he's ready to pitch. Maybe like it was a down day and they just didn't want to fly him out to fly him back.
They weren't going to fly anyone important out for just today when they're coming back east.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And Heel threw 95 pitches on the 24th.
Was that out of the pen?
No.
It was out of the pen, but it was 4.2 innings out of the pen.
So I think you're missing a start.
Then it's just not on his pitching log.
Because wasn't that a whole thing? He got his start pushed back a day so he could come out
Are we
of the
talking about
bullpen?
Heel?
Yeah.
I believe they use him out of the bullpen, but he did a starter's workload out of the bullpen.
This says he pitched, started the game, went 6.1 innings through 95 pitches on the 24th. So they might be missing a game. But Heel should replace Krisky as soon as he's like ready to be used.
The day when Luis Heel is actually on a major league roster is going to be a nice day. I wonder how long the Yanks do that dance.
Should be not tomorrow, but the next day. There's no reason it shouldn't be when they get to Baltimore. Or they get home. Is it home against Baltimore?
Home against Baltimore for 3.
I would guess
he'll
and
pitch on
hope.
the 29th, 4.2 out of the pen.
The 29th?
Yeah.
And how many in 4.2?
4.2 innings.
So 29th, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, he should be on the team on the 3rd.
I think Boone had a quote pregame saying he's going to get a start somewhere in the 20 and 20.
On the what?
In the 20 games in 20
day
days.
stretch.
He's
I think
gonna
they're
get a
doing
start
some dancing.
somewhere in there.
Well, who's supposed to start on? Who's supposed to start on the first game of
Right
Baltimore?
now it's Nestor, Monty, Kluber.
You know what I'd do?
What would you do?
I'd start Heel, and I'd move Nestor and Kluber to a piggyback situation.
They
Or
might do it vice versa.
Or use
Yeah.
Heel as the piggyback. Then Heaney should be gone for the next Kluber start. If Heel's up, that's his rotation. That would be 5 days rest. And it was Kluber Heaney last time. It should be Kluber Heel. And if they don't do that, they're just doing roster manipulation just to do roster manipulation. It's September at this point.
Yeah.
You can afford to lose Heaney, and Heel's been better and deserves it. Like if they don't do that, then they're just sniffing their own butts for fun.
The Blue Jays DFA'd Brad Hand, who they traded for at the deadline. So
It was
it's
like
not like it'd be
more respected than Heen Dog.
crazy to do it.
No.
Yeah. Okay.
Knock on wood. I'm not going to hold my breath, unfortunately.
They also might like give Tyone a break. Somewhere.
That's what I'd be interested in. Like, you could almost skip a Tyone start. Because, man, he needs it. And it's what are you doing with Kluber, but you have to keep Cole on regular rest. So, very interested to see. Stay tuned. Talking Yanks.
We will figure it out. Glaber is down in Double A first. Then he went to Triple A. Probably just staying as close as possible.
He'll be back Friday.
And he went 0 for 3 in Triple A with a strikeout yesterday. But the day before that, he hit a moonshot home run against the Akron Rubber Ducks.
Akron reppin'.
And they said that Velasquez is going to stay up when Glaber comes back. So, just Florial and Krisky, I hope you enjoyed your cross-country flight to sit around and then fly right back. I think and hope the Yankees just go Heel and Glaber.
Glaber for Florial seems natural. Wade and Velasquez both have outfield experience, and the Yanks are rotating bodies in the outfield as is, so that would make sense. I'm not sure how they're going to do the pitching. The Yankees get funny business world there, but...
Well, if Heel not that day, then the next day for the Heaney thing, which I still... Part of me leans that they won't do that, and it's
right.
Piss
Just
me
preparing everyone for that. Prepare for the worst, hope for the best.
Stupid. They have any other pitchers on the 40-man besides Abreu who's going to take 10 days?
I think Boone's quote pregame specifically said Heel is going to get a start in that 20 and 20. So whatever you want to do with that. I don't think he's going to be the piggyback behind Kluber.
I think Mike King's rehabbing.
Mike King started a rehab.
Oh, nice.
How about that? Remember, he was pretty good to start this year. So, yeah, we'll see.
They go to a 6-man with Cole on natural rest?
Probably something like that. Or just skip Tyone once, like Kluber's rested.
Use it to get everyone an extra day
Nestor's
once and
Nestor.
skip Tyone once.
Yeah. What did our dude Mike King do? I'm interested.
Monty took a little breather. Yeah, I think he just got to skip Tyone once.
And
so maybe
UCL?
that's what they'll do.
All right. Mike King, 0.22 earned runs down in AAA. Got his reps in. All right, let's do the burns. Game 1 is brought to you by DraftKings. The NFL is back, and DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL, is giving all new players a can't-miss offer for Week 1. Bet just $1 on any NFL game during the first week of the season and receive $200 in free bets instantly. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Use promo code JOMBOY to receive $200 in free bets when you place a $1 bet on any Week 1 game. That's promo code JOMBOY to get your free $200 in free bets instantly for a limited time only at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. You must be 21 or older, New Jersey, Indiana, or PA only. New customers only. Restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER in Indiana, 1-800-9-WITH-IT. Jake, what happened in Game 1? I guess you're going to have to tell me, even though I don't want to hear about it. Burn, Jakey, burn.
New blockbuster movie is we're in L.A. JP, it's Anaheim. Mike Myers tries to murder the Yanks against the return of the invincible Klubot. How about that? Corey looked robotic through the first 3 innings and got a little help from his friends. In the first, Tony Meatballs. Rizzo's an RBI double. Stanton double play. Don't say double play, but it scores a run 2-0 Yanks. But in the fourth, Oil Can. The Klubot runs out of steam, capitalized by a Jack Baker Mayfield grand salami. It's 5-2 Halos, but the Yankees rally back. Machine handshake emoji. DJ LeMahieu, RBI single. Yanks fighting, battling, doing their best. Jim, it wasn't enough. Or was it Judge? Infield single, scores a run. Stanton ties it up. We're locked up at 5. Let's go, Yanks. It's late. I didn't fall asleep. Oh, no. Ohtani clips the Heen Dog ATO, and that's obvious. It's 6-5. Lagares legs out a triple to make it 7. But Giancarlo, let the rhythm take you over, Giancarlo. 457 to the Rocks. Big G goes deep and ties up the game at 7. Lagares again in the 8th. The Ribby single makes it 8-7. That would be your final. Yanks went Kluber to Heendog to Peralta to Clay Holmes. Yanks lose as the Angels bullpen day them to death. 8-7.
Gross. Good burn. Not a gross burn. This game triggered me.
Yeah.
I didn't like it at all.
Me not like it, me Jimmy.
Because the offense did their job. Stanton was coming back like crazy.
Yeah. What's his new stat? He's got the most game-tying or game-leading homers in baseball. It's like 15 or something.
Game opening or delaying. The good stat.
Excuse me?
Welcome to Good Burger, home of the Good Burger. May I take your order?
Burger.
Yeah, Kluber, 3 really strong. So you throw him out there for the 4th. The pitch count was incredibly low.
Yeah.
Obviously. Gets the strikes out Ohtani first pitch. Great. Gives up a single. Okay, no problem. Next batter. First pitch single. Sure. He's looked great. You let him try to get out of this pitch count's low. Next batter. Single.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's get someone loose.
A guy that should already be loose anyways because he's on this team for one reason at this point.
Yeah. I'm fine with him getting him up there. But no, he should be getting loose anyway because he's a starting pitcher. It takes longer.
Only role on the team.
Yeah, was to piggyback
is
over.
To follow him in this game if we need him.
Fly ball. Okay, 2 outs. 1 more out. Let's get out of this. Bases are loaded.
Yeah.
Or no, there's two on. Walk. Let's bring in a new pitcher.
Yeah.
They don't do it. He gets up a grand slam. There was just no reason. It was pretty obvious he was laboring.
Marsh's fly out before that was deep to center. Like, that could have been the yacker. We talked about it a lot in the midweek, so we probably shouldn't deep dive. But, yeah, I mean, it sucked. What an awful taste in your mouth. He clearly ran out of steam, and they denied that at the after, which was weird. But hopefully building Kluber up to 68 pitches was important moving forward. But, yeah, as of right then, I mean, just a bad taste in the mouth.
You know, finishing the bullpen. And then you have relievers available. And you said in the pregame, Boone said in the pregame, like, yeah, well, Heaney might be out of bulk, but we don't need to use him. You know, if we can get whatever. He's like, you know, we might not need him. Well, you know, it's a tie game in the 5th inning, and your offense is hitting. It's not like they're getting 2 hit. The offense is putting up runs, and the other team is bullpenning it. You're in the game. It's the 5th inning. You have a lot of guys that can go distance in the pen. You don't need to bring Heaney in. No. I know they want to.
You either had to bring him in earlier or not use him.
Yeah.
Instead, they split the gap, and like we just talked about with that roster crunch, there's a lot of bodies you'd rather see out there over than the Heen dog.
Yeah. The other takeaway from this game is that... Whoa. Now I forget. I was going to say something. I fully forget.
Okay.
Oh, not a takeaway. The first inning. You know, second pitch double, third pitch double, second pitch single. Holy smokes.
Yeah.
Double play. Oh.
And we just didn't know yet. That was like the horror movie. We just didn't know. Because we're like, all right, there's another run.
Yeah.
That's not going to happen 5 times the next game. Because that'd be disgusting.
My God. Let's get into burn number 2. Game number 2. West Coast trip. 9:30 starts. Very tired. Burn, Jakey, burn.
Yankees needed to be careful with how much Jameson they have, as the Angels would try to bury them with Jaime on the bump. Good playoff hockey as we're scoreless through 3 into the 4th. HR to the Izzo. Anthony goes solo. It's 1-0 Yanks, but it's all a Walsh as Gerrit hits a 3-run tanker. 0-2 pitch. Hate that. 3-1 Halos. Are you the one they call Sanchez? Gary cracks one, cutting the lead in half. Bottom 5. Accountant's name, Phil Gosselin, accounts for an RBI single. Ohtani steals home. Oh, my God. I don't think those should count as stealing home. Is that a hot take? We'll talk about it. 6-2 Halos at that point. The Yanks, they're battling back. Judge with the RBI single. Stanton, it is high. It is far. It is caught. It's a sac fly. It makes it a 6-4 game. Jim, the Yanks couldn't push any more across because, holy smokes, double plays were looking like a snow day in middle school, man. 5 times in one day. That's a bad time. Yankees lose 6-4. Tyone, 4.26. Joely to Licky. Yankees lose.
Boo.
Boo, man.
You opened my mind.
Yeah.
Those should not count as stealing home, nor should a trail runner stealing if the catcher throws to the first base. Those should be counted as fielder's choices. The fielder has chosen to not try to get you out and try to get someone else out. That's the textbook definition of a fielder's choice.
Let me see.
Now, if it's a double steal and they don't throw to either base, you get a steal. But if they try to get the lead runner out?
Yeah, I don't know, because if you don't run fast enough, they could have thrown to your base and try to get you out. You know what I'm saying?
Same thing on any fielder's choice
then, like,
sometimes.
If it's first and second, and the catcher could just give a lazy throw to third, even though he's going to be in there easily, and then you're taking a stolen base away from the trail runner.
Fielder's choice, it happens all the time.
Yeah, I don't know. They did a job. Like, if they were running slower, the catcher could have gone to second and gotten that out.
It's a little bit of like following the play, advancing on a throw. You don't get a double if they try to get the guy out of third while you go to second.
A little bit. It gets tricky.
I'm all for those not counting as
But
stolen bases.
The Ohtani stolen, that's not stealing home.
Yeah, fielder's choice.
That's like
Or like running on the
completely
throw.
different.
Because it was delay, too.
Yeah.
Not like he even broke. Yeah, strong
It's just
agree.
like not stealing home.
I guess they do call it a straight steal of home because of this, historically. Like, they wanted to separate it. Because that is a term.
Right, but I mean, that doesn't show up in the
No, I
box
agree. I
score,
agree with you.
know?
I agree with you fully. This game sucked, man.
5 double plays, dude. That's insane.
Break it down for the people. Do the math.
Jakey Analytics was locked into this game because I had fallen asleep right after the Ohtani homer the game before off Heen Dog. And the Yankees, I'll double check my stats here, but they had 5 double plays through 7 innings. I believe they ended the 7th. Or was it 6? Sorry, I'm getting lost in my notes here.
I thought it was 5 through 7, but I'm not positive.
5 through 7. Yeah. Top 7. Sorry. You know, you probably hear that and you're like, holy cow, that's a lot of double plays. You can only get 1 double play an inning. This isn't like hitting homers. You could hit unlimited homers an inning. Triples. You could have 3 strikeouts. You could have 4 strikeouts an inning. You could have 5 strikeouts an inning. And for the record,
Probably.
you can only have 1 double play in an inning. 3 outs. So if you get 2, there's 1 remaining. It's a math pod. That's insane.
Yeah. No, it's...
Yankees record is 6, and I think there's 1 team all time that had 7, which might be funny to watch in hindsight.
Yeah, when do you think that was?
I think the Queen of Stats had it out, because if you guys remember, KT Sharp's role when the season was bad was everyone was just tweeting at her about double play facts.
Yeah.
She had to tell people, please stop. So she had a couple lined up. But, man, when you look back and see this is 6-4 and the Yankees, like
Okay,
Tyone
so,
gives out the
Dude, I
big
think it was
2-out
recent.
hit.
I think it was in 2018. And the Cubs turned 7 double plays on the Pirates. Huh.
In regulation? Because there are extra inning caveats.
They won 1-0.
Wow.
I mean, I can check it out. It's August 17th, 2018.
I think the other thing that I tweeted out that is another perspective is like 5 swings leading to 10 outs is nuts.
Mm-hmm.
Did you say mm-hmm?
Mm-hmm. It is nuts.
Okay.
But it's hard to do that because there might have been like 1 swing can lead to 4 runs if you really boil it down to 1 swing like that.
Sure.
Because it does take the runner on and
Right.
yeah. What date did I say? August something?
You did say that.
Anything else about this game? Tyone is a little bit of a breather here. He's pitched so much, and he didn't pitch at all last year, or the year before that. It's not like Herman, who pitched a huge workload in 2019 but didn't pitch in 2020. Like, Tyone's didn't pitch in either, right?
I really don't get it, man. I mean, he was our one guy that, like, before the season we thought for sure, like, he was the one they were going to have to take care of. And it's been everyone else. Like, Monty and Cole, they had the COVID times. Nestor's Nestor. Klubak got hurt for a while. Man, it's and I guess the other thing was it was easy to put on the blinders because JMO had been pitching so well. Now he's scuffling a little bit.
Yeah, his last 4 now, you can say he's got like an 8-something or something like that.
So, yeah, and especially that pitching thing we just talked about. Luis Heel, will Herman be back at some point? Will Sevy be back at some point? It feels like there's going to be an easy way that you can skip a Tyone start, have his next one be, 75 pitches, and, like, try to kind of rebuild him back up. But it's a little bit like, what are we doing?
And I thought they same thing. You have bullpen, and they left him in too long.
It is tough. I mean, I do get, Jim, you know this. You always talk about this. It was my one fault when I used to play baseball video games. I always liked trying to get the starting pitcher through the inning. He was one strike away. He gets Phil Gosselin 0-2 to get through 5 to keep it at 3 runs. And then he battled back 7 pitches, ribby single, makes it 5. This game was just a frustration game because the homer he gives up to Walsh was on an 0-2 pitch.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's really tough.
I just don't think
It's frustrating.
when he opens up the 5th inning with single double. I don't know. Should be
Not a great sign.
not a great sign. Yeah,
Not ideal.
yeah. And then they intentionally walk Shohei for him to continue to pitch.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
and
that's
Joely was up and ready.
So that's why I was, when they intentionally walked him but kept him in, I was like, that's odd. At that point, just go to the guy who's hot in the bullpen.
Yeah, I didn't have a firm take on it at the time. It's partially because I have a weird, not blind hatred for Phil Gosselin. His name is just like a real hurdle for me. It really is. And
What don't you like about it? For me, it's kind of a normal name.
It just feels too normal.
Oh, my God.
Like you can't play baseball with that name.
Oh, okay.
That's kind of the problem for me. So, for me, in that moment, being genuine, Tyone to Gosselin was the same as Joely to Ohtani. But even saying that sentence sounds weird. So, I don't know.
Well, yeah, another runner on.
Right.
I would have brought Joely out for Ohtani and even had
Worked
him
last time, right?
Yeah, and I think I asked for that at the beginning of on the pregame show. I think I said let's use Joely and Wandy here against Ohtani.
Right. Figure it out
and let him just get to work. So didn't like any of that. Didn't like any of the double plays.
Frustrating game.
Real frustrating to drag the losing streak from 3 to 4, which feels more. 4 feels
Lost
so
the
much
series.
Yeah, and lost the series. So 4, those two things combined suck. And the Yankees put up they get 10 hits. So
I mean, they kind of dominated the game.
10 hits, 3 walks.
Can I
5
only hit
double
into
plays.
double plays if you got guys on base? A bug. 2 bugs.
Let's go to game 3. I liked this game.
Mm-hmm.
Big time.
Mm-hmm.
So here we go. Jake, can you please let me know what happened game 3 by burning it for the people?
Head to the Packy and grab a few cold ones as Gerrit takes on Naughton in Anaheim. Top 3, it's Luke V. 2 RBI single. It's almost like play your best players. 2-0 in the 4th. It was the Gardner with the stick into center. RBI single for Uncle Brett makes it 3-0. David Fletcher Cox tackles a Gerrit Cole curveball for an RBI double. But most importantly, that would be it. The right of the citizens of the United States to vote shall not be denied or abridged by the United States or by any state on account of race, color, or previous conditions of servitude. As Cole serves up 15 amendments of his own.
Wow.
7 innings pitched, 1 earned run, 15 Ks. The judge has an amendment of his own, 1 more run. 4-1 after the solo dong from Big Aaron Judge. Yankees go Cole to Laza to Chappie looking good. Yanks take the final game of the set 4-1.
Wowzer.
Yeah.
15 amendments? Commandments? What was that?
The 15th Amendment
The 15th.
is the right to vote, I think. I Googled 15th Amendment and then just copied and pasted and put in the burn.
Nailed it. I don't think it's the right to. It's got to be.
I think it's the right for everyone to vote.
For, African American, all
All-encompassing,
that.
yeah.
No, not women.
Nah, women. We saved that one.
Not women.
Not
It came.
yeah.
sorry.
That didn't happen until like the 20s.
I wasn't involved in that shit.
I'm blaming you.
Happened so recently.
My ancestors didn't vote.
They didn't vote. I mean, there's no way they voted.
They didn't care.
No.
They were probably pissed during Prohibition.
Yes.
Yeah.
They just snuck it.
Yeah. They were drinking the awful stuff.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. They were.
Like the gross stuff.
Dude, you know what it is? They made stuff out of their bathtub for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
But they also got invited to all the speakeasies as kind of just like an entertainment piece.
Yeah.
Like a storyteller and a dancer.
Yeah.
So they were drinking good stuff, but when they got home,
Yeah.
it was bathtub booze for sure for the story alleys.
Like, they figured out the formula to make the strongest alcohol.
Yeah.
And they went with that.
Oh my
It tasted
God.
awful.
I know what your great
It went
whatever
awful.
grandpa was doing. He was going there, right?
Okay.
To dance at the speakeasies
Sure.
and the secret clubs,
Yeah.
and he was getting invited, obviously.
Obviously.
And
Good
then
times.
he'd go home and he'd take the bathroom, which was just grain alcohol,
Right.
simply to black out and fall asleep.
Yeah. Rest his eyes.
It was like a ladle in a bathtub, and that was his nighttime.
We don't use the bath
He
anymore.
called it his nighttime medicine.
Shower outside.
Hun, it's a great
We
time.
got a
tonight.
good batch in the
to go
bath.
get some of my scoop of my bedtime medicine. It's grain alcohol slept on the bathroom floor,
My ancestors.
and definitely didn't vote on a
Good
single
people.
thing.
No. Why waste your time?
Ain't gonna change. Yeah, okay.
You like this game, it sounds like.
Yeah, I liked it. Cole was so dominant. When he got to like 13 Ks, it was sneaky. We were watching live on the live streams, and then the Fletcher was like weird pitching, and everyone noticed it. Like Flash and K and us, like why he's not just throw the fastball? Why'd you throw a slider to Fletch in the middle of the zone? The dude's a
Change up to the guy before, too.
and I think that Cole or Higgy, Cole had the same exact realization. Like, why am I getting beat on these? Because then he just went gas mask the rest of the way and went 2 more innings.
Yeah, we thought he came into the 6th, mid-80s, and we are like, all right, he's probably got one more. And then he went to 100 pitches. I think he let the first 1 or 2 guys on. And then he just got so nasty, man. What a dominant performance. They needed it. Everyone was ranting and raving about it. They showed it after the game. His walk past Boone after the 6th inning was hilarious. Because Boone's, kind of the proud papa looking at him like Boone was excited to tell him, like, if you feel good, we're going to give you one more. And Cole just didn't look at him.
He said
We
something.
don't need to discuss
He
this.
said something to him before he like went down the steps. You can see it, and I'm guessing like, no, I'm good. And
Yeah.
Boone's like, well, come here real quick. No, I'm good. Walked right past him.
Man,
Michael K just tweeted.
Okay.
Tried to make it home from the stadium because my house is flooding and the kids are scared. Couldn't find a route that was not flooded. I eventually found a safe haven at my alma mater and will wait it out at Fordham. Don't try to drive, please. And that's the same like road as me. That's
Yeah.
it. So I guess I'm not going anywhere. Also, have Katie, pregnant wife, and 2 dogs. Katie doesn't like the East Coast.
Trains running?
Katie doesn't like these East Coast storms. In California, you don't get them like you do here, and especially summertime, like loud ass storms. That sucks. Sleeping on the couch,
Sleeping on the toilet.
sitting on toilet.
Did you hear that?
It's a good start to tomorrow's sleep-in day.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bummer. All right, anything else on this game? I mean, I didn't like the lineup, but whatever. They won. They got enough runs. 4.
Yeah, they got their rest day out of Stanton after they should have rested.
I think we got to let people know it's not a big deal. We kind of blowing it out of the water, and I know that, but it's a small, tiny, not big deal that we get every 2 days in a Boone press conference.
Right.
That just adds up to like what? Where, I mean, after the game, they asked, is this the healthiest Judge has ever been? And he was like,
To be fair, that question specifically,
Maybe.
there's not like a great answer, unless you want to just say yes and talk shit about his health.
Like, yeah, I think he's been as
previously.
healthy as he can be. I'd say, this rivals any other time when he's feeling good.
I think
He doesn't want to. I think he's just trying to not say yeah, he hasn't been able to stay healthy for years.
I think
but-
he's scared of, because the one thing he mentioned, because he thought about it way too long, and then he mentioned COVID, because Judge was one of the COVID guys, so I think he was getting nervous about being dodgy about that. He didn't want people to connect those two dots. If he said Judge is as healthy as he's ever been, but he just had COVID, but
No, I don't think it was that. I
that's
think it was
exactly the amount of overthinking that I think he sometimes puts into it. That it's just
I think he didn't want to say
Judge
it
is in good shape.
because it's playing into the he's injury prone storyline.
He could be
so I
going
think
there
that-
too.
I think that's what you were saying, right, BBD? That's just giving fodder to
Essentially.
that.
That's the phrasing I was looking
Yeah.
for, but
But he just doesn't. I mean, he doesn't answer a single question ever. But then he gives these weird nuggets. So Stan played game 2, and he sits game 3. They have an off day after game 3. So now Stan's getting back-to-back sit days. And with Gary out and Gio out, and the lineup's weaker in game 3, and you've lost the series, he says in the pregame, what did he say? Yeah, just giving Stanton a day, nothing. I wish I would have done it yesterday. Or I probably should have done it yesterday. And it's well, Boone, there's 2 hours to
Yeah.
game time, and you have an off day tomorrow. If you want to put Stanton in, you can just do it.
Yeah, that was.
It's a weird thing to say. It doesn't really mean anything, but it's also just
Little
why,
kids.
Boone, what do you?
He basically if I knew we were gonna lose yesterday, I wouldn't have played him. It's well, that's not how this works.
Yeah,
Whatever.
and you can still put him in. If you really wish you had him today,
Just play our best lineup when
you can
the
put him
wild
in.
card game
There's
gets
off day
here.
tomorrow.
Have Cole on the mound, have Johnny and Chappie fresh, and play our big monster lineup, the goal line package, when the wild card game is here. All I want.
Let's do it. They won't do it versus Baltimore.
No.
Be prepared to see some funk.
Glaber's back, and Gio's back, and they'll mess around. And
Glaber
they
was
should
stealing
win
bases.
easily.
If Glaber comes back, I hope he's stealing again.
Hope everybody's stealing.
He hurt his wrist, right? BBD, what's your thinking face about?
I think it was his thumb. No, it was Twitter. There's a video of a giant rat swimming in the puddles.
Nice. Glaber hurt his wrist, correct?
And Glaber was wrist.
But the problem is he hurt it while stealing, even though it wasn't his legs. I'd like him to stay
Thumb
stealing.
wrist
He was
steering.
stealing a lot after the
Thumb
All-Star break.
wrist. Yeah.
So stay stealing. Stay stealing, kid.
Stay stealing.
All right. Let's get into the individual awards here on Talkin' Yanks. They're brought to you by our good friends over at Canadips. It's CBD pouches, tobacco and nicotine free. No tobacco, no nicotine, and they're full of great flavor. 100% all natural. Cannabis CBD is fast acting and really works. Not another lotion or cream. Your manhood stays intact with this product. How about that? Head to CanadipsCBD.com and get 20% off site-wide with promo code JOMBOY20 and pull your tin out at the office and enjoy it. It's invented by scientists with more created... All right, I'll just read this. Innovated by scientists with more creativity than a Balco lab. These pouches will amplify your game and amplify your game compliantly and make you the local hero of your own softball or blitzball field. Can't talk. Pouches, CBD, tobacco, nicotine free. 20% off. Sale won't last long, so head to CanadipsCBD.com and rock JOMBOY20 to take advantage of the deep deals. Whoa. Also, they're giving away $3,000 in cash for
Whoops.
anyone to go to their favorite game of the year. You can buy like a suite. Enter at CanadipsCBD.com and click on Game of the Year. Wow.
Game of the year. It's the good game of the year.
What would you say the game of the year has been so far?
Round baseball or Yanks?
Yanks. I don't have an answer, so you don't have to have an answer. That's very hard for me to do. Some people can think about it and name top 5, besides the year with the Twins game,
Yeah.
I don't know. Kluber's no hitter, I guess some would say.
Kluber's no hitter. Field of Dreams, if you forget the last half inning, was pretty dope.
For just like baseball. One of the games in that streak was awesome, but I'm blanking now. I remember everyone was saying that was the best win of the year. And like I agreed at the time, but don't remember what it was now, so maybe it wasn't.
Sure. Cole complete game at Houston. That was cool.
That was cool.
Oh, that was cool.
Yeah, everyone in the chat jumped there. Okay. That's got the lead.
That's got the lead. All right. Speaking of,
He's got
let's get into the first award we give here.
Yeah.
That's not it, but
There
this
it
is.
is.
Yankees.
Pride of the Yankees.
Pride of the Yankees.
Yeah.
You're up first? Who are you going to give it to?
Just a little bit. A little bit more. Holy smokes, the hitters. There's a couple guys that were hitterish this series. I'm going to go Cole.
Pump fake.
7 innings pitched.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
California kid, they kept talking about how he had a lot of family in the crowd. 100 pitches in, he announces by not announcing that he will be going in for the 7th inning. 15 strikeouts. Like, that's a number that I think we've become a little too numb to the double-digit strikeouts because guys do strike out more and pitchers strike out more guys. 15 strikeouts.
More than 2 an inning.
If I told you a pitcher had a 6-inning start, 1 or 2 earned runs, 5 Ks, you'd be like, oh, that's pretty good.
I like a strikeout per inning to have a that's good reaction.
Sure. We're earned run guys. 15. That's a lot. That's if someone had 2 7.5 K starts back to back. Baseball. And the Yanks really needed it. If they had lost this game, this episode would have a very different tone. If we stepped on the mics after last night's game, this episode would have had a very different tone. Cole, man, and I know, accolades and awards mean less and more to some people. He's the leader for the AL Cy Young. Remember some of the conversations we had around sticky stuff time and seeing what he was going to look like? Tonight looked pretty good. And whether it's one wild card game or if it's a playoff series or whatever it is, I mean, Cole is like 20% of the Yankees like playoff outlook.
A lot.
Like when you really break it down, he would pitch twice in a 5-game set. That's 20%, right? Math guy. He's like all of a wild card game. Like
It's a lot. Hey, I have a Cole question for you.
okay.
When do you think he can get his ERA? How low do you think he can get his ERA?
Ooh, interesting.
Because I said when we signed him, I said, don't ever expect him to do what he just did in Houston.
Right.
Like, that year was insane. To even have that as an expectation as, like, a status quo or even his best year here, I was like, the deal could still be very much worth it if he never has a single year as good as that Houston year. And I agree with that.
Yeah.
But that was a 2.50 ERA. I believe he's at, like, after tonight, 2.7?
2.72. His next start will be against Toronto, who they're good. Like, that's a team that can put up a 5.23 on him. We'll see. He's also been good. I think he gets the Mets after that. I think he might be that Sunday night game. It might be cool. If I'm doing my math right, yeah. I mean, like, a 2.5 is very in realm, and that's in the American League, that's an incredible season.
Yeah. That's why I'm, like, coming to realize now. I'm like, well, he might be able. Just ERA and games and stuff. Actually, is he going to have less games because of COVID, or is he going to be just fine because they're... How many did he start in 18?
So he's got 25. 18, he was 32. 19, he was 33. I mean, I think he's going to land at, 28 starts?
I think tonight was his 25th.
25th? All right, 26 against
29-30.
Toronto. 27 against the Mets. 28 against Cleveland, I think he's going to get, or Baltimore again.
I'm back.
29, 30. He's going to get like 31 if he goes every
If he's
rotation.
every fifth day the rest of the way.
Yeah. Well, he can get very close. He's got some good teams there to lower that ERA even more.
And, I mean, like Lance just
should
had
get
an
over
IL
30.
stint. I think Robbie Ray's in the same starting room. So,
Oh, I'm just comparing him to that year. I think he's got the side lock.
right. If he continues at this pace, yes.
You think he's still using sticky stuff?
No. No, I think he's using stuff. Like, not sticky stuff, but, like, maybe a little pine tar in the hair or something like that.
Somebody
Pushing the
mentioned him
boundaries.
licking his fingers at one point, which people said during sticky stuff
Yeah,
times that usually means they're not using that stuff.
I wonder what his spin rate is at now. Four-seam fastball is, in this game, average 24. Slider 25. That's still high up there. I wonder. I don't know where on the Baseball Savant page it has like the by games graph. I always want to be able to find that, but
One day.
yeah. Good pride.
Thank you.
Worth it. I'm going to ride California Chalk as well. And I'm going with Aaron Judge. I don't know if that's like 4 prides in a row for him. But you say Cole's having a career year. Judge is having a career year. Judge just had an amazing road trip. He had like a 500 on base percentage or like a 500 batting average on the road trip. He had a 545 batting average in the series. He had a 615 on base percentage. They walked him twice. He had 6 hits. 1 homer. He's automatic right now, and he's doing it so many different ways. What are his numbers on the year? You on him?
He's the batting average after 2 hits today, 299, just 16th in the AL. 30th homer has him tied for 12th, and 934 has his OPS 10th. So he's definitely on a pace. I mean, this road trip was nuts. He's been on the up and up for a little bit. I think the way you phrase that, just to fend some people off from you, he'd still have to pick it up pretty hard to get up to 2017. That year is so silly in hindsight. But, yeah, I mean, he's currently his second best season.
He gets a
historic
huge boost in the 2017 season because he'll never beat that. Like when I said career year, like that's like out the window for me. Because if you remember that 2017 season, until the All-Star break, pitchers did not treat him like he was special.
Right.
And he was hitting in the 6 hole, and they just give him fastballs over the plate in like non-fastball counts, and he would just destroy them in the second half. Like he started getting actually pitched to, which is not a knock on him.
Right.
But I just don't
just
think
what
he's going to
happened.
see that many hittable pitches ever again in his career until maybe he's like Albert Pujols. old.
Game's evolved a little bit, and, you know, I think the baseball counter to that would be as that happens, you got to get better. Like, I know Bonds cheated and stuff, but, like, some of his at-bats and ratios and stuff are there. But either way, he's been incredible. I mean, where did his month land? Where am I? I mean, August, he had a 1.040, which that kind of is his 2017 number. So he can still do that.
Don't think he's even the best on the team, but you might talk about that guy later. Only his second pride in a row.
Judge's first half in 2017. 329 batting average, 448 on base, 1.139.
1.3.
201 OPS plus. It's one of the sillier first halves of baseball.
Yeah.
30 home runs. It's nuts. But Judge is the pride. He's good.
He's good. Play him in center field.
And start stealing again, Judge, a little bit.
A little bit.
If there's less than 2 outs and you're on first base,
Yeah.
and the catcher's not good. Because that you didn't do that in game 2, and you got doubled up twice.
Double up. Double.
Double up. Okay, are you ready for the next one? It's mean.
You Yankee motherfucker.
Heen dog off the table. Is that fair?
Why?
I don't know.
I don't think I have
Be pretty-
anything new to say, but I don't think that
Be
makes
pretty
it
layup
illegal.
for me to take him, but it's kind of not on him. You know?
Yeah, I mean, he's my least favorite person part of the roster right now,
Right.
and he was bad.
Okay.
I thought it was a guarantee take.
Okay, I'll take Heaney.
Another home run, instantly.
Yeah.
Instant loses the lead. He's an instant bad time. I think I used to give like Chase and Shreve that award.
Yeah.
He's an instant bad time. He comes into a game, everyone feels awful.
Yeah.
Once he was coming in and I saw his first batter was going to be Ohtani, I tried to do a quick
was
Google
insane.
search to just find out if he ever had a quote saying like, "Oh, glad I don't have to face him."
Oh,
'Cause
why
they were
don't we
teammates.
put our worst pitcher in the bullpen versus their best hitter?
Yeah.
Hey, the best hitter in the league is up. Let's put our worst guy in the bullpen against him. I mean, that's what that decision breaks down to. It's
Yeah.
insane. In a tie game.
Yeah.
I hope Heel is up next time. I think he's going to get more time.
I
But
think so too.
it's absolutely crazy.
Who's your MFer?
I'm going to go with, let's see, who else do I have lined up? Dude, this is a tough one too, but it's Velasquez.
Okay.
I love that you're from the Bronx.
Yes.
It's a lot like Torreyes being short. Bought you a lot of stock. Ton. But Wade should be playing over you. And if you're taking, ABs away from Wade, then perform. And, I mean, he's been not good.
Yeah.
He's got a job. They said they're going to keep him around. But, I mean, in this series, he played, how many did he play? You play all 3, or did he just play 2?
He got in late in game 2 as a defensive
Gio
guy, but
played
no
short.
ABs.
Oh, yeah. That was so stupid.
So is Wade hurt?
If he's not hurt, oh, you know what? It's Gallo. I don't know why I said that. That's such a mistake. You're clear, Velasquez. I forgot Gallo went 0 for 10.
Sheesh.
Yeah, just skimmed over that.
Almost your
the-
second
the
big
double plays.
VMFer.
The chat corrected me, rightfully so. But I thank you, live chat, for having my back here. It's Gallo. Like just to motivate him, or just like, come on, dude.
Yeah.
You're hitting the 3 double plays, and you only hit into 9 in your whole career.
It's insane. Like, we owe him an apology.
Like
We brought him into this.
That's on the Yankees.
It was Judge.
That's nuts, man.
Crazy. He's got to get going though. I mean, he's back at the stadium against the Orioles. I don't think the Joey Gallo chants are going to be echoing through like they were before he left on the road trip.
I've got a rude question.
Yeah.
If he goes, like, nut job against the Orioles, like 4 homers, are you going to be, like, a little more nervous?
Like he's good against bad?
Kinda.
No, I mean we'd have to then go to Toronto. And then
Right.
if he goes 0 for against Toronto, and then it's
Right,
it's
it makes one series against Toronto oddly a
important
lot,
for
Oddly
Gallo.
important.
which
for
that's
perception.
tough anytime you talk baseball.
I think in actuality, Gallo has enough of a career history that, like, we know he's good against good.
Do
But
we?
I think so.
That was gonna be my
but I guess
question.
I don't know.
Like, there's players that you know are not good against good, but feast on poor. Nick Swisher. I love Nick Swisher, but, he would get his 20 homers a season or 25, But they were on 3-1, 2-0 pitches to not great pitchers. Like, you knew when Swisher was coming up against the best of the best, it was a different matchup. You need players like that on your team. They help you win in the regular season. It's not really a knock. But I don't know about Gallo.
Gallo has enough, like, very much standout seasons that I'm inclined to think that we're clear of that, but I guess I don't know.
Because he is just home run walk heavy.
And he's been on
knifing-
teams that, like, don't matter.
knifing up
guys.
knifing up stats in a weird Jakey way. I mean, his career hitting against teams with winning percentages over 500 is actually a good chunk better than teams lower than 500. So I mean, that's obviously not
Feels like the best way to find that quick.
An end all, but it's a stat. So yeah, we'll see. I mean, that was kind of a loaded talk radio question a little bit. Like, go to work against the Orioles and then have it carry.
Yeah, you're not going to make your mind up after the Orioles series, but like the rest of the way, it's kind of something.
Use it to propel yourself. Someone in the chat said this, and I went and checked, and it's true, and I wish I could find them and give them credit.
Oh.
But a stat that exists but doesn't matter. Gallo's one career sack fly.
Really?
Yeah. It's just
For a guy who hits the ball in there that much?
That's
very weird. That's like even more surprising than the 9 career double plays he had coming into the year that we ruined.
Who is he?
His career is crazy.
His numbers are so weird.
It's one sack fly. It's in the 7th inning of a game. Plays almost a different sport. Him and Stanton don't play the same sport.
No, I'm kind of excited we get to watch a full half year and then a full year of Gallo next year, because I'm super curious.
Man.
Because the guys that are like legit 3 true outcome guys, there's a threshold of, is this actually good or is this not good?
Right.
That like analytics will probably correct, and we have a more in like 5 years. I think we'll have a better idea of where that threshold is.
Yes.
Sack fly thing has me like
that. It like
does he just
that
not
doesn't sit well
come
here.
up with people on
Does
base?
not sit well with me.
R.A. Tacky in the chat.
What do you
He
say?
said it. No, he's the one that said he has one career sack fly. Put it on my attention.
Like,
He followed up later. He's had 93 sack fly opportunities, which I don't know what that's defined as. I would guess he's had more.
runner on third.
Just runner on third, less than
Second.
2 outs.
2 outs.
Or second?
Sack flies are only on third.
Bug stuff.
Did they change that?
No, it's just not like a sack
That's
fly
just
is a
Little
run
League scoring.
scores.
Try to convince our parents we had a
Colloquially, you
better
might
day.
call letting a guy tag
Runner
from second
advanced.
to third a sack fly, but that's like by the book. A sack fly is an RBI
Kinda makes sense.
chance.
What like if this was awards, which it's almost, John.
Mm-hmm.
There would be a Joey Gallo award that I think if we talked to a baseball scout, I think he'd say 3 sentences about Gallo and we'd be like, whoa.
Fully know it.
Yeah. So I don't know what that award is, but tough MFer. Real.
You get to go.
We doing Roar?
Regular on awards. Brought to you by Shea Station, our new
Ooh,
Mets podcast. You got a
man.
friend that's a Mets fan, or you just interested in how Mets fans feel about all the they have to deal with the
Yeah.
DUI now.
Yeah.
They just had to deal with the booing stuff.
Every episode.
Oh my God, Jerry Blevin, ex-big league pitcher, 13-year career, and Jolly Olive, diehard Mets fan. We have a show, so tell your friends, tune in because the Yankees are playing the Mets coming up soon. Might do some cross with them. I don't know, but they're kicking ass, covering the Mets, expanding, helping us do what we do. So go subscribe, give it a rating if you want to support, and tune in. Mostly tell Mets fans.
As we approach when the Yankees play them, nice to have just an idea of the full vibes around a team.
Yeah.
Give it a listen, try it out.
Good dudes. Like them.
They are good dudes. What's your first award?
My first award. My first award, Jim, is going to be Sneaking up on me, eh?
Ooh, pulling an axe on me, eh?
Award.
Put him up, put him up, put him up. I'll fight you with my hand behind my back. I'll fight you standing on one foot. Sneaking up on me, eh? Pulling an axe on me, eh?
Big Cowardly Lion pod.
Why do you get so what confused me is for on a sack bunt you can move a runner from second to third and the same it affects your batting average the same, but a sack fly doesn't.
It's okay.
That's so stupid.
That is
Okay with
it's stupid. Baseball's stupid.
Stupid sport.
Oh,
Ohtani stole home.
that's stupid.
Yeah.
Put him up, sneaking up on me. The Cowardly Lion. No heart. I mean, is this the Cowardly Lion Award? I don't even want to make a guess because then I'm an accomplice in thinking that one player deserves a Cowardly Lion. I abstain from guessing.
Good job. Because it's not. It's just this guy's kind of sneaking up on me.
Oh,
It's pretty literal. And apparently he's playing great, but I guess it's getting kind of covered up in the losses. It's going to Rizzo. It was becoming a storyline that when he came back from COVID IL, he was in a bit of a funk. And then a lot of people, Red Sox Twitter was getting some tweets off that, like, Schwarber had been better than Rizzo and Gallo combined. And so, your team eats bugs. Anthony Rizzo's last 6 games coming into tonight, where he went 1 for 4, whatever. 364, 417, 1.053 OPS. And it hasn't fully felt that way. 1 homer, 3 doubles. He had another, like we kind of said it with the Oakland series. We're like, oh, Rizzo, he had that one good at bat against Diekman that stood out, but it was like, oh, he had a solid series. He did it again. 5 for 12, 6 runs, a 462 on base, 417 batting average. Like, I don't know. I know we're probably going to do more Lewis Linwood conversation, but Rizzo's doing it. Made that nice play at first base that didn't matter either when they had the infield in because Tyone gave up the hit after it. Infield in, hot shot at Rizzo.
Yeah.
Came in on it as he went down, and it was like, whoa, that is cool. Different.
Yeah.
That is different.
I came into the office this morning. For some reason, Sam had that game on the TV.
Sure.
And that play came on, and I was like, wow, I forgot all about
like that. Could have Tyone, if Phil Gosselin or whoever hit it, hits that ball at someone and gets out of it, we're talking about how that was like a huge play in this series. But baseball is a silly sport.
A silly sport. Very silly. I'm reading the history of the sack fly rules now, and it's crazy. From up until like the 1930s, it counted, no matter how he moved.
That's when we started playing ball.
And then they just straight up said, we don't even care about this for 30 years. And then they brought it back.
Boring.
Oh.
And it's changed like a million times. 1931 through 38, no sack fly. It counted against your batting average. See, it's like
a guy second to third.
It's a significant thing.
Yeah. And then in 39, they brought it back, but only if the guy scored.
If the guy like eventually scores?
No, if he scored on the play.
They got rid of sack flies altogether, 1931 to 39.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
If you hit a pop, that's crazy because back then they were definitely trying to do that. If you hit a pop up to the outfield and the guy scored, it would just count against your batting average, which would make you not want to try to do that.
Different economics in the sport, but
yeah. Sneaking up on you.
Looking at the MLB all-time sack fly leaders now.
I've looked at that a lot, but I don't remember. But I definitely have done that.
Top 2
It's
are
like
Orioles.
Paul Blair.
No Paul Blair.
Kenny up there.
No, Paul Blair didn't play enough, but that's an Oriole that I'm thinking of.
Someone Kenny references a lot.
Eddie Murray.
Eddie Murray is number 1 with 128. Cal, 127.
Played a lot of games.
Played a lot of games. That's what I'm looking at. It's got a pretty good baseball reference page on it. It should have sack flies and then games played and like sack flies per games played.
Yeah, or per plate Yeah, but you can't fly. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Because it all depends on the situation.
Per opportunity, figure out.
How many games did Cal play?
Cal played a few. Is he gold there? No. Cal Ripken played 3,001 baseball games.
Oh, so Eddie Murray played more games than him. Eddie Murray played 3,026.
Got.
Who's played the most baseball games?
Who's played the most baseball games?
Is that
Henry
something we
Aaron?
should know?
It's not Henry Aaron.
I can get on that while you give out an award if you
Dude,
want.
I think that's maybe one of the cooler
I played the most baseball
things
games.
you can say, and I don't know, and I feel like it should be known more. If you say,
We can get on it.
oh, you were a pro for 5 years, that's an awesome career. Congrats.
Pete
Oh.
Rose.
Jerry Blevin. You,
By a lot.
That makes sense.
who?
Pete Rose is the
Oh.
most.
Makes sense.
He has
That's why it's
he
not
is over-
celebrated.
That's why
he
it's
is
not
over 3,500. Number 2
Dumb sport.
is has 3,300. So Pete Rose has 200 more games than the next most games. That's Carl Yastrzemski.
He did get a chance to be player coach and just play him all the time. You wonder if Pete Rose wasn't Pete Rose's manager, if he would have broke that record in those later years. I don't know how long that was.
Yeah, I mean, I guess to BBD's, let's see, in his final 3 seasons, he had 312 games. When did he become manager? I don't know. Good for Pete.
His 8 players have played over 3,000 games.
Pujols is about to cross it.
He's going to become the most ever?
3,000.
Oh.
We're just talking about. What's your first
3,000
award,
games.
Big Daddy? Getting warm in here.
Getting warm. My first award that I wanted to give out is the where was it? Where we kind of talked about a lot of these guys already, is the Wonderful Award.
Are you serious?
Yeah. No, I'm not.
Okay, he takes it back. It was close.
I don't know what I want to even talk about. I'm going to talk it is you, Pan the Man Award. That's a common award I give out here a lot.
It is you, Panda Man or Pan the Man?
Pan the Man, the scene from Hook with the little kid.
It is you, Pita.
Goes to Chapman.
Aroldis.
I mean, he needed one outing in Oakland where he just throwed fastballs, no slider at all.
Yeah.
And the fastball still didn't look great. And the fastball looked great today. He hit 100 3 times. He hit 99 a couple times. The one slider he did throw was nasty, and the one splitter, he maybe threw a couple at the end, but the one splitter he threw was nasty. I mean, if that's what he's going to look like, if he needed a little rest and needed a little reconfiguration, he fixed his posture, he's standing up more straight on the mound now. Like, the amount of I'll need to see it more and see that type of stuff more. But if we see the next 2 outings with that type of stuff and how he started the season, I almost don't even mind it. Like, okay, you're just having a sandwich season.
You want a butter knife? Talkin Yanks tweeted
Yeah, I saw this.
What'd they tweet?
Since July 6th, Aroldis Chapman, 15 and a third innings, 3 runs, 9 hits, 1.76 ERA, 0 blown saves.
How
8
many
saves.
outings?
Don't know how many games that is. 16. It's a different.
He hasn't blown a save in his last 16 outings?
Mm-hmm.
Has he
It's
blown?
given some scares.
I think
but
there's one blown save. They might have missed that.
maybe.
Because that
11 walks and 15 innings isn't.
he
great,
also
but
got taken out twice. That's a very
He got
butter knife
bailed
stat.
out.
He literally didn't close the game because they didn't allow him to blow it.
There's only 8 saves in his last 16 games.
Hey, today looked
Not the
great.
all end all. Today's the first day he looked really, really
It's
good.
the first time we've seen his stuff and we're like, oh yeah,
I was
that
looking at the
plays.
wrong thing.
You were looking at the wrong thing?
So our guys got it.
Job, Chappie.
Good job, Chappie. I mean, Cole looked great, and it was the 3-run game. I mean, if Chapman looks bad there, it kind of sours the whole mood of everything because we only have, like, Cole to hang our hat on
Yeah.
or, like, to move forward with. Aroldis. Real good 11 pitches, Chappie. You got an award?
I do.
What you got?
I'm giving out the Brewers Award.
The Brewers Award.
Brewers Award.
I think this is going to Lucas Litke.
James, I have good news for you. It is.
It is?
Do you know why?
Because the Yankees picked him out of nowhere. He's got great spin rate, and now he's performing, and he can do multiple roles.
You're all around it. Jim, Lucas Luetge, after his performance the other day, lowered his ERA to 2.93 on the season. Incredible year. 61.1 innings pitched. And hey, how many times has it... The guy at spring training that becomes a hot topic, how often do you look back and you laugh at that and you're like, oh, guess not. Luetge was, and he's been there all year. Jim, the Milwaukee Brewers, do you know what stadium they played at?
AmFam.
They do play at AmFam. Do you know where the Chicago White Sox play?
South Side.
South Side. Guaranteed rate field.
Guaranteed rate field.
Jim, I was in the shower the other day.
Congratulations.
And I was thinking about Luetge. Scrubbing all over. And I was like, what's his free agency going to look like after this year? Because relievers have a really tough time getting paid. He's 30. He's going to be 35 next spring training. But he's had a great year. And Jim, if I'm Lucas Luetge's agent, which I'm not yet, looks like it's Mike McCann for now, I'm telling baseball teams one thing. I want a guaranteed rate for next season. I want that. Don't give me that spring training shit. I want it on the team. 26-man. Guaranteed. And he deserves it, dude. And, dude, he's probably going to end up on the Brewers for the stuff that you started with. And he'll have another nasty year.
You don't think they're going to try and, like, bring him back?
I think they'll try, but it's also like, you know, think about where Lucas Luetge is. He hadn't pitched since 2015. Whoever throws him the most money, you got to.
Or a multi-year guarantee.
Like, you have to. And good for him, man. What a year, dude.
Since Lucas Luetge, he pitched poorly in that game that got the Yankees to 41-41. And since then, 17 games, 19 2/3 innings. He's given up less than a hit per inning, 4 walks, 23 Ks in 19 innings. Good.
Lucas.
Got clipped with 1 homer. Opponents have a 569 OPS against him. Nice job,
Nice.
Lucas.
What's your last word, Jim?
My last award is the Still Pissed award.
Eileen Lewis, but we'll see.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because fans are still pissed at him,
We each got one today.
and he's still pissed at the Yankees.
Yeah.
And I'm on one side and not the other.
Yeah.
They start him today. Beats the shift to drive in 2 runs. Nice piece of hitting. Saw they weren't playing him the other way, so he hit it that way. You'll want guys to beat the shift and be a hitter and get the job done. Man, he was on fire those first 5 games out of the break, out of the coming back from COVID IL. Then they benched him 6 out of 8 games, right? Something like that.
Something like that.
They bring him as a pinch hitter for Odor. Everyone was, Kay and Flaherty were really weirded out by that. But I was like, whatever, Luke, he's a better hitter.
Right.
He expands the zone on that pitch to strike out, trying to be a hero because he gets 1 at-bat a game. And also just not pinch hitting's fucking so hard.
He actually has good pinch hitting numbers, which I was like, that's fucked.
Yeah.
The analytics team definitely loves that.
They
which sucks.
find a way to play Voit. He had 3 hits in his 7 at-bats this series. So, yeah, in that one big spot that you guys all remember that are mad at him, he struck out. But he had 7 at-bats in this series, and he had 3 hits and 2 RBIs. Oh, and a sac fly, so 8 plate appearances.
Yeah.
He's good, man. He's a good hitter.
Yeah.
Play Judge in center, Voit DH, or give DJ a day. You can do it. Like, there's ways to do it.
Yeah.
It's silly. They're probably not going to play him, though. This is probably proof to them that he can just do this. Last 14 days, he got the third highest OPS on the team.
Yep.
Last 20, I think, even at this point. It's kind of messed up.
Play him. Play him. God. Season numbers are great. Career numbers are great.
What are his numbers on the season now?
His numbers on the season, not including today, I don't have them in front of me, but they just are good. I saw them.
He went 2 for 3 today. He's got a .263 batting average, a 360 on base. Let's see.
345 I have.
345 on base, 451 slugging. OPS just dipped under 8, but
Just under.
I mean, since he's come back, he's been really good.
Yeah, I mean, I think in his last, I had it right here. In his last 17 games, he has a 313 and a 1 dot.
That's good.
Dude's good. Someone asked, how does DJ not playing get Voit time? Because they did that. They've done that already. That's been part of the rotation. DJ out, Odor second, Voit DH. I guess you can do it without DJ. And you just need to play the outfield.
They still haven't played their one lineup, which is frustrating.
Dude, that one lineup isn't even going to be the lineup in the wild card game. Because Gary's not catching the wild card game.
No chance.
Not starting.
No chance. At this point, you've made your bed.
Okay.
I would hope. If Gary catches him before the wild card game, a chance.
Okay.
They'd have to make that decision soon, though.
Yeah.
We said it on the midweek. 2 times Cole has pitched to Gary since opening day. One was a late sub for Higgy, and the other Higgy was out. So they haven't done it by choice since opening day.
Yeah. Which is frustrating. Gary gets his first home run in a while.
It's a nice one, too.
Yeah.
DJ stats end up looking good this series. That could have been a sneaking up on me, too.
5 for 13, 4 runs scored. 2 walks.
Boogie's hot.
Cole's just having a good year, man. They should just make him pitch to Gary a little bit. He's thrown 4 games with him this year, and he's pitched well, 2.95 ERA in those 4 games. If you believe in that shit, it's
just as good.
That's, with AJ Burnett, he was the 3.
Right.
To not have, Gary's got to get hitting as well, but that home run was pretty.
Yeah, if Gary gets hot,
then
that would make it a lot more fun of a
to.
combo.
The other conversation is Gio good for the Yankees right now?
Yeah, I mean, I still want to see a lot more of him. I mean, they said his hand got banged up again, so that's a little weird. I don't know. He hasn't hit since he's come back. He had a couple better at-bats. I think he hit one that would have been gone at the stadium, so I don't know.
He had that hustle double.
We got the Orioles coming.
Yeah, you let him there, but, I mean, the only thing is, we're talking very much you got to give these time guys to get out of it and stuff, but we're in September and we only have a 2-game lead in the wild card. It's...
Right, but there's not a not Gio solution.
Yeah, I mean, Wade and Velasquez, we were winning games like crazy, and they were producing like crazy.
So you want Velasquez over Gio?
No, but if you have to play Velasquez, give me Wade. I mean, you can do DJ and Odor, too.
Yeah, Odor's numbers lately. Odor can get hot.
I mean, if we get through Baltimore and Toronto and Gio is still really struggling, there's other options.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, that's, 2 series, and one of them's the Orioles. That, if we get there, then it's a combo. But also, playoffs, Gio's got to be there.
Defense.
I suppose if
he's at third compared to Rugi at third, dude. Imagine ground ball to third in the playoffs.
Well, I would be hoping that DJ his arm is better and he would play third. over Rugi
When's the last time we seen that?
since before his arm got injured.
It's been a minute.
Yeah.
And hope.
I mean,
guess
best case is Gio gets like good enough that his glove is there.
Yeah, I'm not worried about Gio.
I'm worried about his health. He hasn't like looked healthy. He looks like walking wounded playing baseball.
I
all
liked his
season.
at bats this series. He had like BBD
This
said he
series
had a
was
hustle
better
double. He
than
like
last
ran, which
that was
is
good.
kind of rare for Gio these days. So no, I'm not worried about that.
if he's cold in the playoff time, like yeah, you can start Rugi, get him 1 or 2 ABs, and you can like go to Gio pretty early. He does have a little bit of blind trust because we know his
Friday or
bat
whatever.
exists.
Oh man, look, Bob Lorenz and Curry and Medvin are all stuck in Scranton. We're just gonna be stuck here sleeping. Stanford, yeah. Yankees alt sites.
Yeah,
Scranton, Stanford.
we're all over it.
Yeah,
All right.
2 cities important to the Yankees. Giancarlo didn't really get a mention because he kind of didn't play
Oh,
today,
my God.
but good player.
Yeah.
Just as hot as Judge.
Higher OPS in August than Judge.
Hit which should have been a game-tying homer. It was a game-tying homer.
Any of the
Hit a game-tying single.
Yeah. He's just been awesome.
There's some we Jeter Judge around him too much. I gotta stop.
Gotta stop. All right, that's the show. We'll be back later. Wish us luck as I am sleeping in the office. And anyone else out there dealing with flood stuff or stuck. I mean, it's actually scary. It's beyond.
People are like actually in
Reach out.
danger.
Yeah, it's beyond a cool storm and like, oh, people are trapped and stuff. People are
Cars
trapped
are
at my
floating.
local ShopRite. They're not allowed to leave. That'd be a bad place to have a slumber party.
Or perfect place, man. Have whatever you want.
I don't think the
If they're being cool
managers
about it.
there.
There's no rules.
I just would like a couch if I was them.
Yeah.
That's the show. Go Yanks. Tell them, Grams. Oh, interesting.
Go Yankees. Go Yankees.
Double. That just